Dani, live from the Babe Cave. Welcome into the coven. I wanted to start doing everybody's full moon, full blood moon, lunar eclipse in Virgo readings. And I just felt like the Virgo one should be live. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it, what to expect, and then we're going to kind of go sign by sign, but I don't know how many I'll do tonight. It's late, and I just want to see what Spirit guides me to do. But I'll get you some info. We'll definitely cover Virgo because this moon is so powerful for your sign for a few different reasons. And we'll kind of go from there. So the signs that are going to be the most affected by this eclipse energy is going to be anyone that has major placements within 19 to 29 degrees in the mutable signs. I know that's kind of a lot. I get it. If you get your birth charts out, you'll see that there's a line. Whether you're using, like the listed form or the actual circular chart, doesn't matter. It will always have degrees listed, right, on your placements, right? So how many degrees into, say, Aries, is this placement? So anyone that has 19 to 29 degrees in any mutable sign and major placements in your charts, you're going to be the most affected by this eclipse. The mutable signs are going to be Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces. Okay? Now, in general, even if you don't have those degrees there, Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces are still going to be very highly affected by this lunar blood moon eclipse. And I'll tell you why. For one, the moon is in Virgo. So obviously Virgoan energy is going to be affected here, right? And this is also happening during a Venus retrograde and within a day of Mercury's retrograde. So Venus is the ruler of the signs of Libra and Taurus, okay? So I'm going to kind of couple them in here a little bit. But now Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury will be retrograde. Gemini, you're also ruled by Mercury. So that's why I think these are going to really affect you. For Pisces, it's Pisces season. For Sag, it's because of your placement in the axis that you're falling into here, and you're, the mutable sign. So 19 to 29 degrees within any mutable sign, you're going to be very affected by this. But in general, if you have major placements, and now this is absolutely relevant for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, okay, for sure. Hi. Remember that, because I want you to make sure that you're watching your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, because there's really no way for you to get a full picture without it this time, for sure. First of all, Venus is retrograde. Of course, you're going to want that. Your sun sign, how could you resist? Your rising sign, I always think, is the most important one in any, like, horoscope, tarot reading, anything like that. And the moon, obviously, like, this is all about moon energy, right? It's a full blood moon eclipse. So it's really important that you kind of like get a full picture here, especially with those placements like your Venus sign and your moon sign, okay? So please make sure that when I get through all of the signs, you're watching all of them, and that's how you'll really get a good idea of like everything that's going to affect you. So this happening, at the same time as two major retrogrades is definitely going to like skyrocket the shit out of this energy, right? That's what's going to happen. That's what it does, right? So, I know, I just wish they'd come up with something more original than What's Your OnlyFans. Like, the 500th person to say that this week. That's not funny. So, lunar eclipse. We're going to talk a little bit about energy and spell work. This is a blood moon. And this is going to be major shit. Okay? An eclipse season is always major shit, right? So, yeah, not all of us give a shit about that. And I'm way too talented, gifted, and educated to make my money that way. So thanks. By the way, you have no idea how much money I make. Major shifts are going to happen. All right. So Virgo energy, right? What is Virgo's like house? It's about health. It's about your daily routines. It's about being in service, right? So expect all of those, you know, themes to kind of come out with this. But also because of it being in Pisces season, like Pisces is like very dreamy, right? Like hippie, spacey kind of energy. And Virgo's super grounded and stable. So we're talking about major duality here. This is about you balancing your practicality with your spirituality, okay? So, God, I'm definitely not going to engage in the low vibe stuff on my channel. It's not going to happen. Can't handle it. Okay. We're high vibes here, y'all. I don't do low hanging fruit, low vibe, childish attacks on people. We will not have that here. All are welcome as long as you enter here with a pure heart, good intentions, and a high vibe. That's all I ask. All right, so anyway, this is a really cool duality, right? So we're gonna see this, you know, blend of like Piscean energy and Virgoan energy, which are very, very different, okay? So super cool. But there's a really big message in there. If you care about spiritual development or growth, or just, you know, soul growth, your own human growth here, you wanna, you know, have a better life, find ways to manifest what you want, things like that. That's a really big message, being able to balance practicality and spirituality. All right, so dive into that, right? Keep that idea, right, in your mind throughout this. So this eclipse energy, there's this time period that's called the eclipse corridor, okay? Because there's always a lunar and a solar within 2 weeks of one another. So for a couple of weeks before the eclipse happens, so now, you're gonna be seriously feeling the eclipse energy. And then certainly for the whole time in between the lunar and the solar. And then just past that as well, right? When the solar happens on the 29th, the new moon solar eclipse. When that comes up, you're still gonna feel this for a bit after. And we'll still be in Venus retrograde. We'll still be in Mercury retrograde. We'll also have solstice thrown in the middle of that, or spring equinox, I should say. And we're going to transition from Pisces season into Aries season. So a lot's going to go down. It's going to be a little bit of a shit show. All right? So you might be, you're likely already feeling this and you don't know why. Okay? So here are my recommendations for you, no matter what sign you are, before I get into your readings. You don't really want to travel right now. It's not a good time to be traveling. You want to avoid large or expensive like financial transactions right now. It's not the time. You want to sort of slow down in general, you know. I mean, why do you watch somebody's YouTube channel if you don't want to hear them talk? What is it you expect people to do on here? You want me to like make shit out of clay? What is it that you would like? Huh? Probably has like 2 followers. Don't start new endeavors either, okay? Eclipse energy is not the time, okay? Not the time. What you really want to do is just sort of slow things down. Don't do a whole hell of a lot. Don't eat a whole hell of a lot. You know, some people even fast or just do like, you know, water fasting on the day of an eclipse. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm giving you a little history. But what you want to focus on here is like your internal fears, right? Self-knowledge, traumas, things like that. Self-development, right? What can you heal? What can you grow through? And this, I also think, is really super important, which is, you know, another reason why I like just removing people that are like low vibey right now. You want to be really careful about who you're surrounding yourself with. You don't want to be around really negative people during this energy. And you want to keep your own vibe very positive and keep your mind focused on a very positive, level. Because, where you're at when this happens can really determine the whole rest of this year for you. And the astrological year will just be starting. It starts with Aries season. So track your thoughts, track your desires, stay super positive, and express your emotions in a healthy way. All right, stay friendly, avoid fights and disputes, avoid aggression. Don't come into contact with people that tend to be negative or are going to put you in a space like that. It's a great time to do things that raise your vibe, like charity or, volunteering your time somewhere. Or, my daughter works at a cat rescue, but she volunteers her time there. Whatever it is for you. It's a really good time to do stuff like that. Get back to your truth, find your values and just stay really positive. All right, because this is such powerful energy that if you go into it in that mindset, you really can manifest a very positive, much longer term for yourself, right? Possibly the whole year even, like I was saying before. Okay. So for those of you ruled by Venus, like Libra, Taurus, right, or have major placement in either of those, because this is happening during a Venus retrograde and, basically the same time as a Mercury retrograde, I think a big theme for you will be relationships in your life, not just romantic, but certainly romantic ones too. But, relationships with friends, family, coworkers, bosses, whatever. That's going to be a really big theme for you, and a lot of you might have exes come back. I've already heard a lot of you say that that's been happening. It happened to me. I got on a plane a few days ago, and I was like, oh my God, one row away. We're friends. It's cool. It wasn't like a drama thing. It just was like, this is what happens at Venus retrograde. I was like, Venus retrograde, day 1. Touche. Venus 1, Dani 0. Just kidding. So be careful about that, all right? Energy that's in the past is in the past for a reason. Retrograde does bring them back around if there's some unfinished business or unhealed stuff you need to look at. So do pay attention to that. But I would be very, very cautious about going back into something from the past, especially during this time. All right? It's not a great time for major decisions, new beginnings, or anything else. All right, my loves. I think I covered everything I want to. So on the 13th, because the eclipse energy is going to start that day in California, you'll start to see it, the totality around 11:30 on the 13th. For everybody else, like Mountain Time, Central Time, Eastern Time, you're going to see it after midnight, so it'll technically be the 14th. But because that energy is closer to the 13th, that is the day I'm going to do my live. So we will do a ritual and a reading and some things so that you guys can really harness this energy and make it work for you as best as you can, in the best way possible. If that makes sense. I think you guys know what I mean. I've been up since the butt crack of dawn. I had a 6 a.m. flight the day the clocks changed. So, forgive me. All right. So that being said, remember it's super important that you watch any of the signs that you have major placement in. So your sun, moon, rising, Venus for sure with this retrograde. Shit, you could even do Mercury if you wanted to, because of the energy that's, going to be present from Mercury with it going retrograde and also with it being Virgo's ruler. Okay? I'm assuming this is all making sense. And I would like to start with Virgo because this is going to be in your energy. So if you are a Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising, Virgo Venus, this message will be for you. If you have those placements, let me know. Besides Oris, who's like the most Virgo-y Virgo there's ever been. I know you've got them. Oh, Angel Wings, you're a Virgo too. Okay, rad. I am a Virgo Venus, so I have some Virgo placement myself, and I have a Virgo daughter, which for some reason I feel like makes it more relevant. I don't know. Even though she's an adult and doesn't even live at home anymore, but still. She's my baby. She's only 20. Feels like a baby. All right. So For Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, welcome my beloveds. Remember, these are going to be general messages for Virgo placements. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the way to do that's in the box. And I want to say a huge thank you and send some gratitude out to y'all for all of your support and your likes, shares, subscribes, and helping the channel grow and just being supportive of me. I am forever grateful for you. I love y'all tons. Now let's surround us in white lights. Call spirit, ancestors, guides, angels, and my higher self. Bring us the best and highest messages for Virgo for this full blood moon lunar eclipse. All right, so we're going to start by grabbing an angel number for y'all, and then we're going to do a little bit of everything because I really want to round it. Welcome, so welcome. Hey, Scorpio gang. All right, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right, we've got 501, unchain yourself. It says release the negative. There is space inside you being used to hold the bitterness of the past. Your angels implore you to keep the lessons, but let go of the resentment. You don't need to feel bad in order to protect yourself from these things happening again. Take a moment now and visualize the anger you hold. Now picture yourself giving it back to the place or person you received it from. Feel the freedom of not having to hold that anger any longer. Any of my OGs on here know that forgiveness is a big thing with me. It's one of my favorite classes I teach, right? Like, let go. Hell yes, let go. And forgiveness is not about them. You know, people get so hung up on that, like, I'm not going to forgive them. What they did to me was terrible. That's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is you taking your power back from them, right? And saying, I'm not going to let you decide if I'm happy or not, if I moved on or not, or, you know, diminish me. It's everything. I agree. You know, forgiveness is never saying what you did to me is okay. It's not okay. But I'm going to forgive it, not forget necessarily forgetting it, but I know that karma will have its day, that justice will have its day. And that by me forgiving you, I'm pulling all my power back from you. And I know my power is what you want more than anything. Now you can't have it. You know, forgiveness is big, big. It's for us. That's right. That's right. Okay. All right, so I am going to keep this angel number handy, and we'll kind of refer back to this as we pull the rest of these cards. And I have a feeling that it's all going to kind of circle back around in probably a pretty big way, y'all. Probably. So, are y'all August or September Virgos? My brother's a August Virgo. My daughter's a September. For Virgo, please, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. September, yeah. Okay. Wow, Virgo, I was totally expecting one, but you got four. You have the self. You have the castle. You have the thread. And you have the mentor. Owl, animal of wisdom, my spirit guide, right? Oh my gosh, you guys have the same B-Day. That's bizarre. I wonder if you have the same moon and rising signs or Venus sign or anything like that. Because that's wild. That's super wild. All right, anyway. The mentor, the castle. thread, and the self. Anybody here ever do activations for your higher self? Like connection to your higher self meditation, or someone else's, anyone's, doesn't matter. Or know what that's like what this kind of light sort of means. It's about you connecting to your higher self, the you that's always you, in any lifetime, in any dimension, on any planet, wherever the hell you are. Because your higher self can lead you and guide you, you know. I very rarely channel through spirit guides anymore. I channel through my higher self, right? Because your higher self mapped out your life plan. It knows it, right? We forget it when we get here, but your higher self knows and can really give you insight and guidance like no one else, and raise your vibration and just kind of keep you in a higher level of consciousness. So that's part of this message. The other part of this message is really about your authenticity. Like knowing that exactly who and what you are is exactly who and what you're supposed to be, and you're absolutely perfect in your authenticity. As long as you are being true to it, right? Expressing it truthfully and not afraid of judgment of others or what people expect of you or expect you to be or do or whatever. Because what's my favorite class? Fuck what they say. Who cares what they say? The only person you have to answer to is yourself. You do you, you be authentic, unapologetically, and connecting to your higher self and just like offering the world what it is you have to offer, you know, because you were made you for a reason. What you have to offer is valid. We need it. The collective needs you. All right. The thread. This is sort of tethering you, and I'm getting two different messages here, which might be why I ended up putting these in two different piles. It's sort of like the thread could be something that you're holding on to. That's what needs to be released, that chain, right? But it can also be like the thread that connects you to the cosmos, to the collective conscious, to your higher self, to your higher timeline, right? Now the mentor telling me that the person or a person, an energy, a something, maybe it's a guide, maybe it's an angel, I don't know. Maybe it's a spiritual counselor or you know, psychic like me or whatever, right? But someone with a lot of knowledge is coming in to guide you here and teach you something. And that something puts you on an entirely different trajectory that's really going to change your life in an amazingly good way. You just have to make the decision to stay in that higher timeline, like by avoiding negative people and behaviors, right? The castle. Think about it, right? Castle, you know, in every Disney fairy tale, right? We're all supposed to like want to live in the fairy tale castle or be princesses or something. Personally, being a princess never really vibed with me, but you know what I mean, right? The castle is supposed to be this luxury or something to want to achieve. But a castle is also a fortress, right? They were really built for protection, you know, with moats around them and you know, weaponry and shit, right? Like, it's protection, it's a fortress. So what is it for you? What path, excuse me, oh my God, spirit. Somebody's got a closed throat chakra, we gotta open that. What pathway are you gonna pick? Are you gonna go fear-based? Or are you gonna go, I know I can have everything I ever wanted, life of luxury, you know, fairy tale story here? What's it gonna be for you? Because your vibe setting this off is really going to have a huge effect on your future. It is. All right, I don't want to feel preachy. I'm going to leave that for a minute. I have a few new decks for y'all too. Actually, that angel message one I already pulled is one. This one's called Enchanted Map, and I freaking love it. It's really cool. This is the book. The story that comes with it and all is kind of fascinating, honestly. Man, someone's got a closed throat chakra. I need you to be authentic. All right, give me the best and highest message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the Virgo lunar eclipse coming up. It'll be here before we know it. I still can't believe y'all have the same birthday. That's wild. Anybody a fan of numerology? Like, you know, your birthday is 9/7, right? So if you add 9 plus 7, and then you reduce that number to a 1-digit number, you know, just keep adding until you get to a 1-digit number. Except for the master numbers, we don't break those down, which is like 11, 22. Show me Virgo, please. Sorry. Anyway, my point was that your birthday would reduce to a 7. A 9 and a 7 is a numerological 7. So y'all are right back at 7. And 2025 is also a 9 year. Okay, you guys got commitment, spark, and magic stream. So I'm still new to this deck. I've only, you know, been reading on it maybe a couple of days, but I have pulled this card once before. It was one of my messages, might have even been yesterday. This card is freaking amazing. So I want to read it to y'all. By the way, it's 18, which would numerologically be a 9. 9s and 7s are apparently going to be everywhere. Okay. In fact, 3, 14. And then the 9. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of overlapping. Oof, we're going to have to do a numerology day. Okay, so this card, Magic Stream, it says everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another. This is where that thread comes in. I knew I was feeling that. Since, in fact, they are all part of a continuity and a greater evolution, like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another. Informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you're part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality, because your success will benefit many. I love that. Your success will benefit many. I love that. I think that's magical. All right, your other card is Spark 34, which is a what? That's right, a freaking 7. Another 7. Let's see. I actually don't know this one. It's the first time I've seen it. It's really pretty, though. Look, she's like playing a violin, and there's like little blood droplets, and this is a blood moon. Wild. And like this is like all Cupid, Venusian, Venus vibes, and this is happening during a Venus retrograde. All right, you are a clear channel for divine creativity. There is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in co-creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn to a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. It's so much about collective consciousness for you guys. It's that thread is still here, right? How your creation benefits many, right? amazing. Or your success, awesome. And we have 36. What's that? A 9. The hell, y'all? You guys are just like magicians up in here. And this is the card that says commitment. A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self, your higher self, will engage the highest self in another. Okay, so your partnership with spirit and the highest version of yourself will engage the highest self of another. It's like your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Vibes matching vibes, you know? Hey, Crystal, what's going on? You're the best. I appreciate you. All right, so far, I don't know, I'm digging this reading so far. I'm digging this reading. It feels powerful. All right, where am I going, Spirit? Okay, so we're gonna do tarot. I'm using this deck that's called the Moon and Light Tarot. Felt really appropriate for an eclipse reading. So, best and highest messages, please, for this lunar eclipse for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What do they need to know for this eclipse season? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Virgo. I saw the Tower. Best and highest messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, please. Remember, guys, how important it is this time. I know I say it all the time, but this one, like, you really got to watch all of your top placements, okay? Especially any mutable signs. Got 7 of Wands, which is a card of resilience and standing up for yourself, authenticity, speaking your truth, right? You got a 2 of Wands. 2s are usually about a decision. 5 of Wands, a lot of Wands energy here, fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. And you have a 3 of Pentacles, which is a collaboration card. That's about your community, your friends, co-workers. It's a very exciting energy too. Man, Wands again, 9 of Wands. Ace of Wands, holy shit, and 4 of Wands. Y'all, this is entirely Wands except for 1 card. That never happens. Okay, so we've got this energy here, just like we were saying before. It's like that, you know, balance spirituality with practicality. Because 2 of Wands can be about planning, right? Making decisions. You're making plans. 7 of Wands is about resilience. The 4 of Wands is a stable foundation. That's you building something very stable. It's a very celebratory energy too. It's also my marriage card. So for some of you, it could certainly be that. And you've got Ace of Wands, a brand new beginning. But we do have the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Okay, 5s in general in tarot, right, are very tumultuous energy. Not my faves, not anybody's faves. And the 9 of Wands is a card of anxiety, right, and fear and guardedness. It's like, I worked so hard for these 9 Wands. Nobody's going to come around here and mess with these and take them from me. You know, I've worked too hard to get here. I only need 1 more and I'm done, right? And then I'm complete. That's completion. So there's a little bit of a fear and a guardedness around the 9 of Wands. So remember I was saying like how important it is to stay positive and like stay away from negative people during this eclipse corridor and everything, right? And that's really the message here. If you stay in that 9 of Wands anxiety, fear, guarded energy, you're going to actually miss this opportunity. And it could take a really long time to come back around for you. You know, the 5 of Wands, yeah, it's a battle card. It could be a competition. It could be a battle, like, you know, amongst one's self. Or you're literally, you know, arguing with other people, or, you know, fighting for a position, a, you know, promotion, whatever. It could be very competitive energy. But you're going to stay, you're Virgos, right? You've got major Virgo placement. You're going to stay in that planning, excitement, new beginning energy, right? Not let any of this feckery get into you or your energy at this time, because you know how important it is to not allow it. I want to clarify this little sesh here. Where the hell's my Rider-Waite deck? Okay, it doesn't matter. I have 5,000 decks on this table. I just dawned on me it wasn't here. But if it's not here, I'm obviously not supposed to use it. Okay. I think we are going to do Tarot of the Owls, which I very rarely use on here. Can you please clarify these messages for the Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Give us more details. All right, clarify the 7 of Wands, please. Why is that here? What can you tell us about 7 of Wands? Why is the 7 of Wands here? It's more Wands. I can't. You got 3 of Wands and the Temperance card. Okay, so 3 of Wands could be a card of like travel, movement, right? But it's also like, I'm waiting for my ship to come in. You know, I'm just here chilling because I know something better is coming in for me. I've done the work and I'm waiting. Temperance is being in flow, being in harmony, right? Very peaceful energy. It's like you've surrendered to the universe and you're just letting it carry you to your next destination. You know, you're not fighting against it. You're not trying to control outcomes. You're just like chilling and being carried. It's the one I call the lazy river vibes. And y'all know how much I love a freaking lazy river. I love him. All right, yeah. So your ability to stay resilient, but yet relinquish some control. Remember, we're balancing spirituality with practicality here. Is going to really produce for you that 3 of Wands energy where you're just chilling, waiting for it to come to you. We attract, we don't chase. Okay? All right, but I know Virgos, and I'm not saying you're all like this, but I have Virgo placements too. That's a little bit of a control energy there sometimes, right? Like you want to control the outcome because you like it orderly and nice and neat and organized. You know, that's one of your strengths. But this time you want to have a little bit more surrender and flow. Okay? But you've earned this. You've earned this. Why is the 2 of Wands here, please? Clarify that 2 of Wands, please. The Hierophant, spiritually ascended master, could be the sign that you are on a spiritual journey yourself, raising to a higher vibration, going through cycles here, having a level up, right? An awakening. Even if you've had one, you can have many. I'm also seeing those cross keys here. It's giving me crossroads vibes, especially because it's clarifying a 2 of Wands, which could be about a decision. So which path are you going to take? Make it really conscious with this energy, okay? Why is the 3 of Pentacles here? Oh boy, 6 of Cups. There we go. There's those exes coming back. Thanks, Venus and Mercury retrograde. 8 of Pentacles, that's your hard work. Hanged Man, 2 of Wands again, and a Knight of Cups. You're going to have a lot to celebrate. And for a lot of you, it is related to love. to a new romantic cycle, partner, soulmate coming in. Tell me about Five of Wands. Where's the Five of Wands here? That strong Aries energy just came in. Some of y'all may be dealing with an Aries or may meet one. Or, you know, we are going into Aries season. And right now, Venus is retrograde in Aries. Soon it'll be back into Pisces, but yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Don't chase, attract. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, ask for clarification on that Five of Wands. What did we get? The freaking Five of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles, which is the card right next to it we just clarified. Spirit's like, nah, bitch. I said what I said. I know that's what I meant. Stop asking. Tell me about Four of Wands. Why is the Four of Wands here? Just don't engage, y'all. Not a time for fight and negativity. Stop it. You're reading Four of Wands clarified by the Four of Wands. What is happening? For some of y'all, this really is a celebration and about a partnership, a soulmate. Because this one, in this particular deck, that is very much a marriage. That is a marriage. Maybe not so much in this deck, when it's just showing you Four Wands. But this, that's a marriage. Okay. Be careful what path you choose, please. Tell me about this Ace of Wands. Why is that here for Virgo, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Virgos. Clarify the Ace of Wands. These brand new beginnings. It's usually a very passionate beginning, and when it's an Ace of Wands, remember the Ace of Wands is the card that's like, hey, I want to give you my wand. The High Priestess. The most spiritually connected, right? Psychic, intuitive vibe in all of tarot. You've got an Eight of Wands and an Ace of Swords. That's information. You are about to get a new communication coming in hot. No doubt about it. That sparks this new beginning. Hi, Stacy. Unmarried? Yeah, your whole life? Well, I was only, like, married for a short period of time in my life. And it's been a while. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Can you clarify the Nine of Wands, please? Why is the Nine of Wands here? Please clarify the Nine of Wands. Four of Pentacles. All right. That's a release. You're holding on to something we got to let go of, all right? That guardedness, that fear. Let go of the fears. Release the negative. Remember your angel number, 501. Unchain yourself. Release the negative, okay? Face your fears. Release any anger. You have nothing to fear, right? Just stay positive and know that the universe is going to support you, because it is. Anything else? We're good on that. All right, cool. I'm glad I dug out the owls so that they could reiterate the exact same flippin' reading we already did. But it's okay. It's all good. It's more than okay. All right, let's get an astrology message, and then we will check in with the moon. Best and highest messages, please, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the lunar eclipse in Virgo. They need to know. Can we offer advice and guidance here? 7s and 9s are everywhere. Yeah, right? I love owls. All right, my loves. Best and highest messages, please. You've got Taurus energy with cultivate. Cultivate, right? Just plant those seeds, right? You have Uranus energy here, which is the planet of change, radical change, honestly. Card 25. You've got card 49. It's the 11th house, which is like the house of community, ruled by Aquarius. So you may want to check what placement you have in the 11th house. You have Saturn with structure, card 24. And you have transits with climate. It says climate, card 55. Transits, transformations, right? This is like this is a cycle change. Saturn and structure, that's practicality, right? Balancing practicality and spirituality, right? That's what we're doing here. Change community. All right. So, you know, Aquarius is the sign of like collective consciousness, right? They're kind of responsible for that collective energy. And the 11th house is the house that Aquarius rules. So I definitely want you to see what placements you have there. But more importantly, like that collective consciousness community energy, that thread has been very present in your whole reading, right? It really has been. It's kind of wild. And I don't know if y'all can hear this, but like I had a binaural, like really high, like 14 quadrillion frequency hertz on in the background because I wanted to go deep into the cosmos tonight. And it just changed to something so insanely completely different. It kind of sounds like a kindergarten classroom behind me right now. Out of nowhere. I mean, y'all can see I clearly haven't gone anywhere. There's nobody else here but me. But that frequency changed so much, like the whole vibe, all by itself. And anything that happens during a reading is part of the reading. So there's a message there. Can y'all hear it? I don't like it. Are we talking about owl ninjas right now? Because I love that. Can that please be what we're talking about? Hold on, y'all. I can't with this. Whatever is going on behind me, I cannot be psychic with it happening. Hold on. Okay. Oh my God, it just turned back on. What the hell is happening? Explain to me how someone hits a power off button and it comes right back on. All right. Weird things are happening. Weird. Okay, let's get messages from the moon. Now it sounds too quiet, but I could not with that, like, I don't know. It sounded like a baby toy, like a mobile that you would have in the crib or something. I couldn't deal with it. I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do. Never a dull moment. Best and highest messages, please, for Virgo, Suns, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this eclipse. All right. Show us the lunar eclipse in Virgo. Messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Thanks. All right, expect heightened intuition, y'all. Of course, that's coming. Oh, I love that. Jem was down here earlier, but I think she went back upstairs. You've got changes. Meant to be. Release blocks. Unchain yourself. Release the negative. Right? Release the negative. Release blocks. Releasing anger. We're embracing collective consciousness, right? I love it. And this gives me that same kind of vibe of like connecting to your higher self as that, that card, the self card in the beginning, because look, it's like she's raising her vibe. She's going within, connecting to her intuition, third eye, right? Love, 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 love that. Love that. I have a kid, Virgo. My oldest daughter is a Virgo. Yeah. Oh, I just saw someone. I don't know if this picks up what I can see, because I don't know. I've been a medium my whole life, so I don't know anything other than what I know, right? But I just had a young woman's face literally right here as I was talking about my daughter, who's 20 and a Virgo. She's the one who lives in Buffalo. Adorable little blonde. She's 4'10". Blonde as could be, nothing like me. This is my natural hair color. But that energy was sort of, it wasn't her face, but like that age or vibe. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. What day is your daughter's birthday? My daughter was born on 9/11. Her name is Gwyneth. She had like, yeah, I would call it on the lighter side though, not dark like me. 9/17. You guys 9/17. Oh my God, 9s and 7s. Wow, this reading's been really amazing. So, Crystal, I don't think you were here for it, but we realized that two of the people on the live were Virgos, and then realized that they actually both had the exact same birthday, 9/7, and then 9/17. Just anybody else is like, mind gonna explode? Wow. Wow. Okay. Psh, mind blown. Mind blown. So for those of you guys that are on here that do have the major Virgo placements, whether you're a Virgo sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, how do you feel about that reading, that message? Is there something I can clarify for you? Because it feels really important, and I don't want to skim over anything on you guys with this. It's just way too valid right now, and we've had too many synchronicities. So if there's something I can like clarify for you, or you have like a specific question, I'm more than happy to answer it. This was a powerful one. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. We were all born on really weird days. My oldest daughter, 9/11. My middle daughter was born Columbus Day. My son was born on April Fool's Day, and I am Friday the 13th. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Two of your siblings too? Wow. 3:30. Wow, lots of threes there. So your birthday's coming up, Crystal. All born on the 6th. Wow. That's wild. That's wild. So there's 3 of you all born on the 6th. I was just gonna say that, but that's actually a really good number. 666. That was my phone number for like almost, it had to be at least 15 years. Might have even been 20. My phone number started with 666. And everybody used to say stuff because, like, I'm That Witch Dani and I'm psychic. And I'm like, it's a beautiful number. It's an angel number. It's not a bad number. It's powerful. No, it's a very powerful number. It's positive, I promise. I definitely don't think so. No, it's not a demonic number. Much like the 13th, much later in history, like at the time when Christianity was starting to take over empires and they wanted to get rid of the original religions, like, ancient pagans and things like that, and convert everybody to Christianity, they took some things, right, and sort of what we call perverted the numbers and some of our traditions, right, just to get, people to believe and follow the new religion, right? It was about a conquest. They were conquering territories, really. Here it is. But 666 is an angel number. This is an angel number deck. And it says personal responsibility. It's time to reflect. This number can have very negative connections to some people. But from your angels, this is actually a very powerful reminder to not focus on the material world so much or negativity in life. It's a strong message from your angels to take personal responsibility in your own life and ask yourself in all areas, what should I do differently? Or what do I need to do differently to feel happy? And sit quietly and reflect on this question today. And in tarot, sixes are very harmonious and positive because the fives are very tumultuous. The fives are the nasty negative energy. And the sixes, it's like, yes, I made it out of the fives. I'm out of that energy. And you get to go into this restoration, like chill, harmonious, balanced energy of sixes because you made it through the fives. It's very cool. Yeah. I went to Catholic school for a good part of my life, a very good part of my life. And I was always a psychic, and I always had an obsession with like esoterics and spirituality. And I started studying this stuff when I was 9. I still have the books I was like writing my notes in when I was 9. And then I even continued in college. I studied cultural anthropology and ancient religion. So thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, 666 is a good number, promise. Good number. All right, so did anybody say they wanted like clarity on anything, or because that message was just so powerful, I don't want to skim over anything for you guys. But if not, then we'll move on and do another sign. So now we've got, let's see. You have a 666 card there. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's ask Spirit what sign we're going to do next. I don't want to make that decision because they've been really, really powerful, you know? It could be Jack, because Aries is one of the stronger energies present right now. Oops. My other dice went rolling, but that's okay. This one stayed. All right, so we are actually going to do Gemini placements next. So if you have a sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign in Gemini, which makes sense because remember when I told you guys that was one of the most affected signs of this eclipse season, and like the energy is super present because you and Gemini, Virgos and Geminis are both ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is going to go into a retrograde at the same time as this eclipse. It makes sense. Can't make this shit up. Hi, Daniel. Nice to see you. I'm well, thanks. I hope you are too. Oh, there was? I didn't know that, or I really didn't know that. All right, cool. Gemini. I'm a Gemini magnet. Y'all know I am obsessed with Geminis. Geminis are obsessed with me. I don't know why. Yeah, Gemini moon. Love it. Y'all know my little kitten. Her name is Gemini. She is a Gemini, born 6/6, actually. And I got her on the day of the Gemini full moon. That's when I rescued her. Technically, my daughter rescued her. Best and highest messages for Gemini, please. So if you have Gemini, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or have Gemini in 19 or 29 degrees in your charts, this is going to be a big one for you. Okay, angel number for Gemini placements, please, for the lunar eclipse in Virgo. Best and highest messages for Gemini. Nope. 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 What the hell? 666 again, y'all. So I'll read it again just in case anybody wasn't watching the previous reading. Personal responsibility. It's time to reflect. This number can have very negative connotations to some, but from your angels, it's actually a powerful reminder to stop focusing on the material world so much or negativity. It's a strong message from your angels to take personal responsibility in your own life and ask yourself in all areas, what do I need to do differently? Sit quietly and reflect on that question today. And you also have 801, which is soul renovation. And it says, shed the past and awaken to your truth. Your angels know that you have been through many trials and tribulations. Now is the time to put down the armor that helped you survive those trials and live freely. The door is opened to your new life. Sit in meditation and envision yourself walking through a doorway. Behind you lies the past. Ahead of you lies a future where you are living your authentic truth. What do you see? Draw or journal about what is on the other side of that doorway. It's a good one. I should record that meditation for y'all. I'll put it up with the other ones. It's a good one. So 801-666. I can't believe that. By the way, both of them are numerologically 9s. Just throwing that out there because there's been a lot of number sync going on. Love y'all. You guys are the best. Look, I love this. I love this collective vibe and how the nice to everybody and including everybody. This makes me so happy. You have no idea. I'm actually tearing up a little bit. You guys are just doing the whole vibes. All right. Thank you, Shane. So grateful for you. Best and highest messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Signs. Lunar eclipse. I have one more new deck I want to show you guys too. And I showed you 2 of them, this Enchanted Map one and the Angel number 1. But I got this Ancient Egyptian one that's like, cray. Yeah, good vibe chain. Heck yeah. All right, best and highest messages, please, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You guys, I had to catch a plane at 6 a.m. this morning, and the clocks changed, of course, last night. So it was like, you know, and I am not a morning person. I am the worst. It's more likely that I'd be up at 6 a.m. still than I'd wake up at 6 a.m. from going to sleep. So I set an alarm for like, I don't know, 3:30. I double checked it 4 times. I even picked a little ringtone that I was like, I can handle waking up to that during a time change where, you know, if the alarm is set for 3:30, I'm really waking up at 2:30. Didn't even go lay down till like 1 a.m. So the alarm never goes off. I never hear the Uber driver that I had pre-ordered the night before repeatedly calling me to ask me how to get into the gate. And at my place I was staying at in Florida with my friend. And I wake up at 4:34. 4:34. Now at 4:30, I should have already been at the airport. I wake up at 4:34. And of course, I'm like, shit, right? I'm bugging. Throw clothes on real fast. Had to force my poor friend to drive me because now I don't have time to wait for another Uber. And he was a great sport about it. And get there, whatever, you know, I'm rushing. I do this flight twice a month easy, right? I go to Southwest Florida at least twice a month. I have a client base there and stuff and work there. I've never seen the TSA line this long. It's a flippin' 6 a.m. flight. Like, what the hell are y'all doing here at 5 a.m., right? And I'm like, I'm screwed. My plane boards at 5:20, starts boarding 5:20. It's now like 10 after 5, and I'm just getting on the longest TSA line I've ever been in, and I fly, you know, every week. Long story short, okay, fine. I finally get up there. It's got to be like 5:30 at this point, you know, when they're finally like checking me and my stuff. And I never check a bag, so I just had my little rolly bag. And of course, it gets flagged. They push it off to the side and just leave it there. No one's going to get it. No one's coming to check it. And I'm like, all right, don't lose your shit. We can't have Brooklyn D coming out in the TSA line or you ain't never getting on a flight again. Calm down. And then finally, I'm like, can someone, that's my bag. Can like someone help me? I have to get on a plane. My plane leaves in 10 minutes. It's been boarding for 40 minutes. So this dude comes over, grabs my bag, takes like 20 minutes to put a freaking glove on. And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I want to throat punch, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay calm. It's a federal TSA agent, Danny. So he opens up my suitcase. I had 2 boxes with tarot cards in them. Like they come in these little boxes, right? So 2 of them were still in their boxes because I had just gotten them while I was there. Opens them up, searches through every freaking card, right? Puts them back in the box. Now, my suitcase lid, right, the swingy part, I don't know. That's not the way to describe it, but that's what we're going to go with. Has a pocket. And I had some other cards there that were just like rubber banded together that I just like tucked in there, right? Because I left in a hurry. He goes to fling the lid shut. All of them went all over the goddamn airport. My tarot cards. All over Southwest Florida Regional Airport. And my flight is leaving literally in 5 minutes. I don't know why I felt so compelled to just tell you all that story, but I love it. It was nuts. It was nuts. But I don't know why I just felt so compelled to stop and tell you all that story, but there must be a reason somewhere around the line. But that's how my day started. And I only flew home for a day. I have to go back. So it's okay. I get flagged all the time. All the time. My wrists always set off the thingies because I'm always wearing my crystal bracelets. So they like extra swab those. It's always something. Okay, my beloveds, I'm sorry for wasting your time there for a minute, but you got card number 3. And it's the Wizard of Awareness. And look at those cool triskells behind them. Very powerful, ancient Celtic symbol. I did make it. Yeah, I get flagged all the time. It's so weird. Oh, that's a good idea. I should let y'all know. Well, I fly again on the 11th. 3/11 at like around 3 o'clock. And then I will fly home on 3/18. And that one's like around 12:30. That's a bummer, Crystal. I'm sorry. I couldn't fly for many, many years. And now it's like nothing, you know? But the first few times I was pretty scared. So, Wizard of Awareness, your soul knows best. Be still and observe. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you, too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. Wearing the world as a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go, experiences evolve from one state to another in a continual shifting and changing, no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now, because it's all good. It's all good, right? They're always good. Let it be and watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. Virgo got that message. Surrender and flow, right? Trying not to control the outcome or what happens next. Just surrendering and trusting that the divine is going to carry you to where you're meant to be. And what's meant for you will never miss you. It will never miss you. Lazy river vibes, y'all. Lay in a little tube and just let it carry you. You don't have to do shit. Wish I could lazy river myself through TSA. All right, let's get your archetypes here. I hear pause, but it's not Gemini. It's definitely Saoirse. All right, my loves. What are the best and highest messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this eclipse? was going to be that card all along. And I'll tell you all how I knew. Saoirse, you okay? Okay. So when I first got this deck, it was a very powerful one for me. I was in the middle of like a dark night of the soul, and I was really like healing a lot of really terrible dark stuff. It was the worst time of my life. And but I was learning so much. I was just awakening, and it was amazing and beautiful at the same time. And somehow this card, they were all on the table. They were all with an altar cloth. Like the cloth could have gone up in flames in a second. But somehow only this card caught fire. You see how it's burned a bit? It's probably hard to see with this lighting, but it's burned a bit here, right in here. And the card is called the freaking Flame. It's the only one, and the whole deck was sitting in the same place. It's the only one that has any burn mark on it whatsoever. The Flame card. And that's the one that just jumped out for y'all. Wild, ain't it? Wild. I had a feeling there was going to be another. All right, the Crone, that's powerful energy. The Unseen and the Bardo. Bardo is a little bit of a heavier energy. All right, give me a minute. Actually, let me let you at least look at them. So this is the Bardo card. The Unseen. Oh my God, I just realized this is a crow. Anybody else having the crow / blackbird thing going on for them? It's yeah, the synchronicities are actually like really wild right now. And this is the Crone card, which I think is insanely beautiful. Like, it's a little spooky, I get it, but it's also just an insanely beautiful card. So the Crone, right? Part of the triple goddess. It's actually about the evolution of a woman. The 3 phases we go through: maiden, mother, and the Crone. The Crone is wise. She represents wisdom more than anything, experience and true wisdom. So stepping into your Crone energy is like becoming a teacher or a wise leader. And for a lot of you, that might be a message of what your future should look like. Like you have some expertise and knowledge and experience others don't have that you could share with the collective that would help everybody out, right? And I'm hearing the Unseen. You have gifts you don't know you have yet that are gonna sort of reveal themselves through this whole process and this major transformational eclipse energy we're going into. Yeah, crows have been, it's been weird. Yeah, crazy. The Flame and the Bardo together are a very different energy. Give me a second. I really want to get the book. BRB. This flippin' zipper on my dress keeps falling down. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Let's look at these. I feel like these messages are so powerful. I don't want to like cheat y'all out of anything. So the flame, the fire, the spark, the glimmer. In Sanskrit, the word for fire is Ani. The ancient yogis saw this flame at the center of the abdomen and believed it to be responsible for our vitality. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose and sense that life is a sacred gift. It's said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out, the unseen. The unseen. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire, to cup your hands gently around those things you've forgotten and protect the flame. Like that. No matter how harshly the winds around you blow, it could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, the mystic, or the shaman could call to you when the language of the flame arrives. So we don't have poet, mystic, or shaman, but I would be, willing to fight on the fact that the crone kind of fits into that energy anyway, right? It says health, mental clarity, when it's in the light. When it's in the dark, it's excess heat, anger, complete darkness. And to enliven the connection with this archetypal energy, practice the candle gazing technique. Oh, I love that. Anybody ever do this? It's called Tritaka, Tritaka. And you just kind of scry with a candle flame. You get all kinds of visions. It's cool. But notice how lighting a single candle in any space brings magic to the room and creates a sense of reverence, right? Like you could flip on a light switch. Sure, it's going to emit more light than a candle, but it's not going to have the same vibe, right? The same atmosphere as if you candlelit the space, even just one, right? The archetypal fire is at the beginning of all transformation, purification, and manifestation. Nearly every spiritual lineage honors the flame. Dang. Good night, Crystal. Love you. All right. Let's look at the Bardo. Shit, I just turned directly to the page. That's wild. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, forgiveness again, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen. Stop it. That's what this says, I swear to God, y'all. And to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are all a single thread. It says thread. This reading is wild. And I've been doing this since I was 14. The Bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. Whew. This is going to be one crazy transformative eclipse, my loves. My goodness. These just keep getting wilder and wilder. Okay, let's pull your tarot here, gems. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the eclipse. Best and highest messages, please. Hermit, Virgo's energy. Card of Solitude, finding your new path by going within. Queen of Pentacles, also Virgo energy, and represents stability. Wow, and the Queen of Swords, your queen, Gemini, with independence. Seven of Pentacles is a card of sort of patience, reaping what you've sown. Knight of Cups, and the Strength card, Leo energy. That's their fire. With bravery. Definitely some alone time coming for you. You need time to introspect and reflect, go within to connect, right? Like your card that was saying to do that meditation where You see like what's on the other side of that door. The past is behind you. What's in front of you. You need to find your path. And what you know, want to draw in and go towards. Whatever it is, though, it's very stable energy and very supported, and there's a lot of love here with this Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like, yeah, it's a romance night. Like, he comes in right with a love offer and some roses. It's a little cup full of love. But that doesn't just mean romantic love, right? It could be an offer of something that you will love so much that you'll be grateful for the rest of your life. Maybe it's a job or a new opportunity. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's, you know, you find in your soul path and purpose and starting your own business or something, right? It's some offer that you've earned that the universe is giving you that is full of love because you're going to love it so much. And you've been patient, you had vision, and you were really brave and persevered, right? In the face of things that maybe others would have turned away from or cowered from. So you've earned this. It's your time now, Gem. But you just need to have that clear vision. You know what I mean? Yeah, 10 of Wands. You're dropping the burden. Tens are an ending. No more weight to carry. The Wheel of Fortune. Card of a brand new cycle, right? Brand new beginning. And it's about karma. You've karmically earned this. Wow. And the Judgment card at the same time. Wow. King of Cups. Temperance. The Sun card. Happiest card in all of tarot. Leo energy again. Wow. This is amazing. And the Fool. Your brand new beginning. Awesome. Awesome new path ahead for you, Geminis. Remember, this is relevant for you if you're a Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus Gemini. These are your messages, okay? Where am I going? Spirit, is there another one? Okay, so we're going to pull messages from the moon for you. Who is reading? My Lord. Best and highest messages, please, for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. For this full moon lunar eclipse. Take a risk. Embrace uncertainty. That's part of surrender and flow, right? Boundaries. Keep your boundaries strong, y'all. Remember, Venus, Mercury retrograde. Exes are going to be crawling through the woodwork. There's your take a risk card. Higher power. Accessing your higher consciousness, right? Connecting to your higher self. Seek healing. Heal what you need to heal, right? Forgiveness. Let it go. You don't want to miss this opportunity, you know, to truly elevate. And healing and forgiving are necessary, right? There is no elevation, right? There's no getting to higher levels of consciousness if we're going to drag our baggage and our lower vibrational, you know, wounds and stuff with us, or have resentment, anger, or a lack of forgiveness in our heart, right? We can't ascend with those vibrations in us. So I'm super grateful for you. Thank you so much. That made my day. Thank you. Thank you. All right, my beloveds. So these were kind of heavy. I thought I would get through more than two, but I don't even know that I can. However, would you guys like to end it on a lighter note? And I'll get like the Rebel deck, or one of the ones that curses you off, for some funsies. Okay. Yeah, I knew you'd say yes. All right. Should we do Rebel deck? We haven't done Rebel deck in a while. Let's do Rebel deck. I love that one. Now what do I do with it? It's the second deck I've lost tonight, so I guess we're not meant to read on those. The Spirit's really having like a ball with me. What the hell's going on? I feel like I'm being punked. It's really not here. I mean, it's okay. I have 15 other decks that will curse at you. I know I brought it over here. What's happening, y'all? What is happening? Wait, is this it? No, it's really not here. And that other deck went missing when I first started the reading. Okay. Well, you know how it goes. I'm not going to question it. What will be, will be. I guess we weren't meant to read from those today, but it's awfully weird. This is that cool Egyptian one I was telling you guys about. I just got for a new deck. Cool, right? It like opens like this. And it had this Eye of Horus pendant in there. It's a really cool deck. But we'll do like a separate whole reading on that guy. Anyway, we have the Spiritual AF deck here. So we'll get cursed off by that. I literally had that Rebel deck in my hand. I don't understand what's happening. It's so bizarre. It's totally not here. Okay. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Stop it, Dani. Let it go. Let it go. All right. Oh, no way. Me too. Well, I mean, I've studied cultural anthropology, so, you know. I do have the Audacity deck. Yeah, it's behind me. Okay. I like that deck a lot. I do. My only issue with it is like, I feel like the messages are very, like, feminine, like they're divine feminine energy, which is fine. We all have divine feminine in us, but I feel like they're only divine feminine. I don't know, but I do like it. All right, what is the message the collective needs to hear? I do think this one's the funniest, though. It's certainly the most inappropriate, I'll tell you that for sure. Up to you to find beauty in the ugliest days. Everyone's survived some super shitty days, but even when it comes to those crappiest of crap days, like my morning, if you look back, you can pretty much always find something beautiful. Maybe someone was unexpectedly kind to you. Or for a split second, the startlingly gold sunset made you forget your life was crumbling. Or perhaps there were donuts with sprinkles at your first AA meeting. The trick is to train yourself to spot the beauty in that very moment, aka real time. It makes the ugly days a little less ugly. Think twice before you give a fuck. Yeah. Yup. Ask yourself this. What if that thing that's bothering, worrying, or haunting you didn't matter? If it didn't matter, would you be happier? Would you be kinder? Would you be more productive? If it didn't matter, would you sleep better? Would you let yourself enjoy an ice cream cone or whatever else your heart desires? If so, then don't give that fuck. If not giving a fuck means going against one of your core values, then go ahead. Give that fuck. You're not supposed to never give a fuck. The point is to give them where it matters and balance your fucks. If fucks were money, would you drop that much money here? Take care and spend your fucks wisely. It's pretty good. That was pretty good. And finally, The present moment is fucking amazing. Open up your eyeballs and look around. Even if you happen to be in the shittiest of shit times, there's probably something beautiful to notice right this very second. It could be that babies have eyelashes, and how could babies get any fucking cuter than having little baby eyelashes? Or maybe it's just that you took a breath and you didn't think you'd be able to do that, but you did, and that's amazeballs. You fucking breathed. Or maybe it's that everybody was so kind and high vibe and collective consciousness on here tonight, and it raised my vibe, and I'm sure all of yours too, because y'all are amazing. The best collective on the planet. I'm super grateful for that, right? That's worth my wild morning. Running through an airport, tarot cards flinging everywhere, right? Thank you guys. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you for it being 2 a.m. and I've not slept in a couple days. But thank you. All right, y'all. How we feeling? Did you like those spiritual AF messages? These readings are amazing. So we've only gotten through Virgo and Gemini. I'm going to keep going. We're going to do all the rest. I'll pick back up tomorrow and get these out for you guys. And we'll be live here on the 13th. So we can spend the eclipse together. So Pacific time, you'll see it about 11:30 p.m. 13th until 12:30 a.m. 14th. And then Mountain time, like 12:30 a.m. till about 1:30. Central, 1:30 till about 2:30. And Eastern time, you're going to see it between like 2 and 3, 2:30, 3:30, something like that. So if you want to get up in the middle of the night to see the totality of the lunar eclipse, you can do that. Of course, I'm going to do that. And we'll go live the 13th, probably about 9 o'clock. Yeah. 13 is my number. Yeah. I love Arizona. You know, I just got back from there, right? I was just out there. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it was an awesome reading. Totally. Such a great reading. I just want to see. I'm sure I missed a bunch of messages. Okay. There we go. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for your kindness and support and love and likes and shares and subscribes. I'm so incredibly grateful and in shock that y'all even want to listen to me. So thank you. I'm very, very grateful. I'm sending so much love and light to all of you. Healing light. Your angels are really going to be guiding you right now, so pay attention. All right? Listen for those messages. And I'll see everybody again tomorrow, and we'll keep going with the rest of the signs. We still got, 10 more to do. All right? Love and light, my beautiful babes. I'm so grateful for you. Good night, everybody.